Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the T&G Designs Group Limited. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Now, in this video, we are going to be talking about how to create content that matters. Now, I know I've got another video out that talks about how to create content for Instagram. Yes, we do touch a little bit on what I covered in that particular video. However, we're going to be covering just that little bit extra more because there's a few things that I want to make sure that you are actually tapping into when it comes to you and your brand, because it's super key and it's important and it's essential in order to be able to make sure that you're putting these things in place so that you can create the buzz, create the awareness around who it is that you are and why it is that you do what you do more specifically, okay? Before you do that, however, I want to make sure that you are not only liking and subscribing to my channel, but equally you're sharing this video as well. Share it to as many like-minded people as possible, because I want to push the awareness out about branding especially, and the reason why that you are more than what you see is super key and important to be able to understand and know about yourself to as many people as possible. So please help me on that journey, help and support me with that mission. And yeah, folks, and as always, make sure you stick around to the very, very end, because I've got something cool to be able to share with you. So now, folks, let's get stuck into it. So, okay, as I shared with you, we are going to be talking about how to create content that matters. Now, content, what do we even understand by the word content? Well, content can mean anything that goes onto your social media platforms, anything that goes into your email marketing, anything that goes onto your roller banners, any physical items that you're printing, anything like that, even down to your brochures, right? Even down to your flyers, anything that you're putting on your website, that's all your content, okay? Even down to the things that you're actually speaking, the words that are coming out your mouth when you're on stage, when you're delivering a keynote or a training session, whatever that may be, that is all your content, okay? Now, first and foremost, key things that you need to make sure that you are covering or understanding when you're delivering content that actually matters, okay? Number one, and actually I'm going to deliver these two together because they go hand in hand together. And there's four things, in fact, that I want to make sure that you are tapping into, okay? So the first thing, number one, is the idea of your beliefs. And number two is the idea of your values. Hand in hand. Go very, very much so together, okay? Your beliefs, your values. I've always stressed this to you guys. Number one, lead with your values. And number two, your values will help you to understand how you then create ideology, or how you create community based around what it is that you do and why it is that you do it. Your values will help you to understand that, and equally they'll reinforce what your beliefs are. Your beliefs are naturally the things that will help you to understand why you're doing specific things, or the power or the empowering aspect that keeps driving you to keep going. Your beliefs will help you to understand what your core message is even more so, okay? Now, when you're really just homing that in, folks, when you're really homing in on that, what that idea should be for yourself, you get to just really pull things out the bag that really now make sense to you. Your values and your beliefs will help you to create content that matters based around key points that you really want to stress home to people. Now, your beliefs, sometimes they come from what pain points you've experienced, and equally what your clients or your customers have experienced, but equally how you can then make sure that they get from one stage to the next, right? Your beliefs help you to drive what that motion is, or even drive what that road should be, if you want to phrase it like that, okay? Now, when you get to understand those two particular things, right, your beliefs and your values, how it can actually create content or help you to create the content that matters, right? You then get to deliver what this next part is. And I say deliver, sometimes the journey of that delivery can be a long, lengthy one. However, it's something that gets put in motion because you understand what your values and your vision, your values and your beliefs are. And I've actually just given it away there. It's your vision, okay? When you understand what it is that you're reaching for, what it is that your goal is, right? Your vision, that aspect, that element, whatever that landmark may be for yourself, you get to understand that with your values and your beliefs, all those things help to reinforce what your vision should actually be. Now, sometimes when you're starting out in business, you'll have a generalized sort of vision for your business, what you want, right? But however, through time, your values will change, your beliefs will change, simply because your mind is now growing in a different kind of a way. And that vision, that thing that you're reaching for, will also change. So address what your values and your beliefs are right here, right now. Reassess them and understand, does that actually match your vision? Because when you get to understand what that vision is, that content that you're now creating, the content that actually matters, will help to reinforce that vision as well. And here's what else I mean by vision. Your vision can be reflected by the idea of your core message, right? Your core message, meaning the ethos or the thing that drives you to keep doing what you're doing, your really real reason why. Okay, now I've always shared this with you guys. Part of my reason why is all about why representation matters, and it's something that really I hold dear to myself, my heart. What is it for yourself? But even more importantly, another additional part of my message is all about the idea of, do you know what, you are more than what you see. So let's use that information to be able to harness how it is that you actually then speak to your audience and so forth. Now, what is it for yourself, right? When you get your values, when you get your beliefs, when you understand what that vision should actually be, what is that for yourself? It's your reason why, or your until I moment, however you want to phrase it. What is that for yourself? Because until you know what that is, or have a generalized idea around what that is, this beginning part, or the rest of it that comes after that, it's going to be a little confusing. So when you're trying to create content that matters, you're going to be hitting and hoping. You're going to be throwing things at a wall. You're going to be fingers crossed. Let's hope this works, right? And you're not going to be creating content based on the idea of, do you know what, this is the value that I want to make sure that my clients, my customers, my audience has, based off of what my beliefs are, based off of what my values are, and based off of what my vision is. So that's how you create content that matters. And this fourth thing. Now, believe it or not, it can actually get missed out. And where I talked about just a minute ago, the idea of hitting and hoping, it's because this particular part is not even addressed at all. When you're hitting and hoping, it's because you're not actually addressing your audience. So the fourth thing is, keep your audience in mind. When you keep your audience in mind, the idea of what your vision, your values, and your beliefs are really reinforces the content that should actually matter to the audience, and equally how you can help them, and equally what it is that you're doing and why it is that you're doing, so they actually get that information back to them. Now, when you get to put that information out, you start creating content that matters not only to you, but equally to them. And that's the key part. Very easy to, as I said before, just throw things at a wall, fingers crossed, let's hope something sticks, fingers crossed, let's hope that particular message might land, or maybe that particular message might land. No, address it from your values, address it from your beliefs, and address it from the point of your vision, where you understand your vision to be, because then you start constructing content or information that actually pulls together content that matters. And content that matters to an audience that is specific to what it is that you do, why it is that you do it, and equally resonates with all those things as well. So, and I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm just going to give you a couple of examples. For examples. I want to make sure that you're thinking about the idea of, do you know what, if your value is, let's use freedom. First of all, establish to yourself, is it freedom as in to do whatever it is that you want to do, to spend the time with your loved ones? What is that freedom? Be specific about that point. Then understand, okay, my beliefs. It's my belief that, do you know what, even at this point, even if you feel like you're so frustrated and so annoyed to the fact that, you know what, you can't even go and spend time with your loved ones or even be present in those moments, even if you feel in those moments that there is no hope, understand that even with adjusting one thing in your daily life will help to start freeing up time so that you can be present in those moments, so that you can make it to those games, so that you can make sure that you are listening to all of what's being said, even when you don't want to listen to it, right? So when you get to establish that, when you get to share that with your audience, that's how you're addressing your values, that's how you're addressing your beliefs, and that's how you're addressing what that vision is. You're creating that vision. You're creating the vision of freedom. You're creating the vision of, do you know what, I want as many people as possible to understand that there is a way forward. You sharing that information, you sharing those stories helps to create that vision, helps to create the reality of even your vision. So put it out there, really take the time that it needs, brain dump onto a bit of paper if you need to, literally create your spider diagrams, however it needs to come out, let it out of your head, because it's no good to you up here. Get it out there as much as you can, even when you construct this sort of method for yourself. Now, as we all know, trends in Marketing trends on social media are forever changing. What doesn't change too often, however, is the idea of who you are, is the idea of what your vision is the idea of what your values are. Yes, they are going and growing along with you. However, they are evolving. They're not completely changing. These are different directions, depending on who you are. Folks, I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that this video resonated with you. And as always, please make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. Even more specifically, make sure you go ahead and click on the link that's in the description box below, because I want you to go ahead and just take advantage of this information, key principles, in fact, that I'm here to share with you. Now, in this particular document, you're going to be getting 6 key principles that will help you to understand how you can become that noteworthy brand, how you can go from feeling like you're invisible to being visible and standing with the confidence and standing with your beliefs and your values that are congruent to you and your brand. And when you take that in, folks, the changes that you'll start to experience, not only within yourself, but equally the appearance of your brand, will be amazing. They will be game changing. They will be a way for you to start realizing and recognizing the greatness of what your brand is actually about. So, folks, go ahead and click on that link. Even more so, folks, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you on the other side.